you very much, Adiga. I think it has been a roller coaster ride for masters
Prosin.
and PhD students for this whole day. And I won't go through these papers because I think they've been well commented. And then I use that word. So I would like to refrain from using this word as papers to these actually. So this is a seminar, and I'll be first a speaker. So congratulations to all the master students who are attempting this even at your first semester in a discipline which was far off than your classes for many of you. So you're not either mass communication or the media students of your bachelor's. Even in that, you attempted to present on media theories, communication theories. So that is, I really love your transgression. So it's a transgressing in the field. We do transgress many times. With the academics, they transgress many things in the society to push it forward. So maybe may this be your very first transgression in your long career, right? And to the PhD students, you also deserve a big applause because even without entering into this having that experience, you straight away started to mentor like a master student. I think many of you were master students some years back. So there is no transition between completing your master's and doing your master's. So this has been another transgression for the PhD scholars. I'm happy and that is the problem. Okay. So after these sweet words, I'll be so some meaningful words. I won't have a wisdom speech today. So some meaningful words I would like to say that I think both the mentor and the mentees. My overall impression is that I think we have failed to take on what has been called a seminar. So, seminar is not to present your research. This is not a single research that you have presented. You have not entered into doing research. And then this was just this could have been a very good deliberation, formatted in an academic format. There are many, I think, what is it? New PhD scholars. Sorry, I forgot. I often meet you, in these days. Yes, rightly said. It is one of the presentation he said as a very good essay. So this is supposed to be essay. In the seminars, you can present it as an essay, but maybe try to back it up. And then there is also one small transgression happening at the end of all these presentations, if you realized or not. So it says presentation is the only one which is not on either a communication or communication. So all the others are on the either communication. So it says is not one. It is just about what is media, what is its landscape, what is it all about. And in a sense that it was not in a theory. I found that well written in a sense that just try to capture the landscape. And here, you begin with maybe this is the aspiration and the imagination of the mentors have been reflected in these papers. The PhDs, you'll start with this paper, this research aims to do this, blah blah blah. It's not a do that. So most of these things are become like that. And one larger understanding would be that whenever you can go on communication and media paper, as Rimaji is here. So you have to bring him, by book or by book. So there are many instances, even I was discussing with him, he was telling me by himself. You didn't need to bring his model into this discussion. It would have been good without including that. But if you include this model, then you have to do justice. And then if you cannot do the justice, don't do that. This is an example. He is here so we can deliberate on that, even for the others. And then there was a presentation, most of these presentations are, on you, should have been on your understanding of these things, what you have learned or what you have understood so far in this semester of studying communication for one semester. It would have been better if it was around your own understanding. And my dear mentors, we should also be mindful about like these aspects. There will be mentoring opportunities in the future also. And this mentoring opportunity won't be here only in these type of occasions, but you will be mentoring the students when you take on teaching any courses within our department. When you go and teach any course, so basically our philosophy of teaching is mentoring. So you will be mentoring the students. So it's very difficult to be a mentor. Like, and then I can understand the very hard, like hardship that goes. Like, and then many times your victim may not listen to you, and maybe that would have given you some idea about how you deal with this. Maybe that is also opening your eyes, like so you can also understand the frustration if you have gone through in this process by getting from your mentees. Your supervisors may also get the same, like frustration from you, like as your own mentor. So maybe this is a learning for you as well. But overall, this has been a very good. I to summarize it, and I think Aditya this morning in his, I was just briefly joining you with another meeting. I could not be here on time. My apologies. And then Aditya was rightly saying that it is very interesting that you are in this department, but you try to immediately when you enter into the field of theory, you start to compare Eastern and Western, or Southern versus the whole world of English. Like you try to do that. So in doing so, someone might think, because I was one who proposed that English to have that international seminar. In one way, you should that okay, one English is coming, you don't come this days, even goes away. You want to go events like that. So it's not that simple. When you get to compare this thing, so what you are comparing is very important. Then, in a way, maybe without realizing, you would understand the importance of doing that. And then this has also opened the avenue. And it directly interested into my area of, expertise, like kind of like getting the, indigenous knowledge out. So maybe trying to find our own indigeneity within this. So maybe on crafting our own learning, we might come up with our own, indigenous learning. Maybe the next seminar I could propose, maybe I'll announce it here so that it will also oblige me to stick to that and maybe have a webinar. Maybe on the research methodology, maybe prioritizing the indigenous research method, because it should be rightly done. Because the next semesters, the master students are going to study about the qualitative research, the research methodology too. And then, so while looking in these aspects, one of the important dimensions of this department, and if you relate it up even to this university, is that we just try to, we actually will be pushing the boundaries in many instances. And then to our own strength and to our own understanding, we will do that. And whenever we are pushing the boundary, I think we will be acknowledged well in the work. Be it our student, who had just completed his master's in some, communication technologies, or maybe a performing communication, taking the videos and all this. And very interestingly, I would like to share a very proud moment. One of our students, professor in US, he wrote very publicly in social media saying that this student from Nepal, he has taught me how to read the clouds. So this guy was kind of experimenting with this device, particularly with camera, to capture different shapes of the clouds, and he was interpreting that. And this professor, he was a professor for communication, was a media technology for a long time in one of the US universities. I forgot the name. But he never come to those perspectives, how you do that. So that perspective, I think he might have taken from this, because he did his bachelor from here, and then he's done his master's very recently from one of the American universities. So even that has been acknowledgement of our own way of learning things. So seminars like these are wonderful opportunities. I could see, if you would like to be honest, my master's student, maybe this is the first time you are just facing this podium and the mic and addressing to this the audience. This itself is transformative, in a way that you could do like that. And although you try to, kind of sweeten your own weaknesses by acknowledging the presence of your professors and thanking them and, doing like that. But in a way that this also gave you the way forward. You do that. And then that is it, which I would like to say. And it has been, I think, a very good experience for all of us. And in the future, I think we will be little mindful about how you go and do lectures. I think the master's students, they will be obviously they will require to write a thesis for the master. So I'm not going to the bachelor's, they also do that. So when you are writing your master's thesis, so remember that this aspect would be very instrumental in helping you craft your research, like the theories, and why it's important. And I think we have, if you have, I hope all of you have listened very carefully to your peers' presentation. This has been problem with us many times. Like so, when it comes to the presentation, we present ourselves and we just vanish. Like we will be physically present, but mindfully we will be vanishing from it. But do try to learn from your peer presentation, then you know how they have presented, and like some you like it, and don't hesitate to appreciate it, like somebody's presentation also. That way, the peer learning will be very strong, and then that will be more strong, and that will be more worthy than what comes from the professor anytime. Like when you could learn anything from the peer, because then there would not be any formalities in asking or filling your questions. You can ask us any question, and that would not be any so-called, like the students go in a very nice word called the wrong questions. Questions are never wrong in this world. But students many times they point, you might be asking the wrong question. So if you go and ask a question, with the fear would be like that with the professors. But with the fear, with your peers, that fear would not be there. So I think it has been a very good seminar, and then being a part of the family, I just feel proud to be with the student community, and then congratulations to each one of you, and thank you for listening. Thank you.